What's up, dudes? Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to a video that's kind of bringing me out of my comfort zone that I feel like I need to make. Today I'm going to be telling you why I personally don't think VHS is going to kill Dead by Daylight, like a lot of people are saying is going to happen. Now, I will preface this in saying I'm extremely excited for VHS. I cannot wait to get my hands on that game. It looks like a great 4v1 asymmetrical game with some really good original-esque ideas that are implemented very, very well. So I'm super stoked about the game. I can't wait to get into the closed beta if I can, but that's not really what this video is about. I've had a ton of people tell me that they think that VHS is going to be the end of Dead by Daylight. They think that VHS is going to come onto the market, come into the genre, and completely kill off this game that's been around for 5 years, has an incredibly large fan base and player base, and I just don't think that's possible realistically. Now, like I said, this video is bringing me out of my comfort zone of making videos that I know people want to see. I hope people want to hear my opinions, but you could really let me know that you do if you leave a like on this video. Let's try to get as many likes as we can on this video, and, you know, if we get enough, if enough people want to see stuff like this, I'll make some more opinion-based discussion videos in the future. So, like the video and let me know. And also, if you want more content like this as well, subscribe to the channel. But let's fully jump into this one. So the whole topic has really started around this because VHS is the new hot 4v1 asymmetrical game. And it's weird to hear a game come out of nowhere and look decent. I'll give them that. It looks like a really, really well-made game. But it's so weird to see a game come into a genre and immediately everybody from one side of the fan base is already saying it's going to have the potential to kill this game that's been around for 5 years. And I think that's because there have not been a ton of 4v1 asymmetrical games. There have been a few in the past, but none that have hit the rockstar status of Dead by Daylight. And I think the reason Dead by Daylight's hit that rockstar status is the reason that no other game is going to be able to kill Dead by Daylight. But what helped Dead by Daylight hit that rockstar level status? Well, it was the licensed characters. In my opinion, Dead by Daylight hit the heights that it's hit because of the licensed characters. And I do think the devs know that, and I think that's why we continue to get licensed characters at least 2 times a year, or at the very least, at least 1 time a year, we get a new licensed character added to Dead by Daylight. That's how it's been since Michael Myers released way back in 2016, being the second ever chapter for Dead by Daylight, following The Nurse. I really do believe that's why Dead by Daylight has soared to like 25 million players across all consoles. And I don't think that's something that can be so easily taken away from it. Now, even if VHS comes on the scene, it is the best 4v1 asymmetrical game ever made. It's still not going to have these licenses. You're not going to be able to boot up VHS and be like, okay, I'm going to play a game of Freddy Krueger. I want to play a Leatherface game. I want to play a Michael Myers game. Hell, I want to play a game of Nemesis from Resident Evil or Pyramid from Silent Hill. That's just not something you can do on VHS, and I don't think that necessarily means that Dead by Daylight is a better game than VHS. Don't get me wrong in saying that I think Dead by Daylight is a better game. I think Dead by Daylight is a game that definitely needs a lot of work, and this upcoming patch is really showing that they want to put that work into it, even if it has been years and it is a long time coming. Dead by Daylight is still my favorite game on the market, but for the reason of the license, I truly believe, at least in my experience, I feel like what keeps me coming back to this game is the licensed characters, and I think that's the same for a lot of people. Now, like I said, VHS doesn't have that option, and that's why I feel like Dead by Daylight can never truly be killed by another 4v1 asymmetrical game. Even if VHS, like I said, is like the best 4v1 asymmetrical game ever released, even if it comes out with all these hot mechanics, it's so fun to play. You can play it for endless hours and not even realize you're playing it, like a very well designed game is, even if it has so many more looping mechanics, etc., and it's objectively 10 miles ahead of Dead by Daylight in terms of design and developer care. I still don't think that's taking Dead by Daylight off the table. Is it going to bring competition? Yes, it's definitely going to bring competition to Dead by Daylight. I think we've already seen that with some of the biggest gameplay YouTubers for Dead by Daylight moving into VHS content creation, but even them, they're not completely dropping Dead by Daylight because that's a dumb business decision for anyone who's in content creation. And that's another thing for Dead by Daylight. Dead by Daylight has a ton of content creators, from Polly and King to JRM and Noob to Oxdarva, Dowsy, and yeah, Dowsy and a few others are moving into VHS, but like I said, nobody's going to truly drop Dead by Daylight. Dead by Daylight content creators are getting over 100,000, 200,000, 500,000 views views per video for some of them, and that is a lot of eyes on this game. That's a lot of people who might come across the video in the recommendeds and they start playing Dead by Daylight for that reason. Like I said, VHS can eventually get that, but as of right now, that is what Dead by Daylight has. Dead by Daylight has that content creator support system, and of course, like I said, any other game can come in and get that, but Dead by Daylight has a strong foundation of content creators who aren't leaving the game anytime soon. And I think this really all wraps back around to VHS and Dead by Daylight are both 4v1 asymmetrical games, yes, but they're also very, very, very different from what I can tell as far as gameplay videos, content creators saying how they feel about it from getting to play it early, and everything else. They are both 4v1 asymmetrical games where one killer chases 4 technically survivors or teens in a game, but the mechanics of the game are so different that I almost feel in some situations that it's not very comparable. In the same way that I didn't like to compare last year The Nightmare, or even like last year whatever, to Dead by Daylight, I don't really think you can compare VHS and Dead by Daylight on a foundation level, because it's so different. In VHS, the teens are building weapons to take out the killer, the monster in that game, and you actually fight the monster, and the monsters aren't hooking characters, the survivors aren't doing generators like in Dead by Daylight. It's two different gameplay designs that are not similar enough in any other aspect than the 4v1 base aspect of the game. And yes, that could be a bad argument in some cases, but I really do think it's a real argument in this case. If you want to loop a killer, or use a bunch of different, like, over 90 cool perks, licensed killers, or whatever else, you go to Dead by Daylight. If you want to fight the monster and take the monster down and have that power filling as a team, but also have that power filling as a monster, as it seems, as monsters are going to be very good in VHS as well, you can go to VHS. I mean, it just feels like two different gameplay styles on the foundation that aren't really comparable in the ways that they need to be for one to kill the other, in my opinion. Now, that being said, Dead by Daylight could definitely kill VHS, because Dead by Daylight has such a huge player base. The player base is there, they don't have to worry about the numbers really or anything else, and if VHS is not great on a foundation level, on a base level, then people are just going to keep playing Dead by Daylight. Dead by Daylight is still just going to continue to be the top dog in the 4v1 asymmetrical genre, and VHS is just going to die out. So VHS really needs to come hard and hitting, but I don't think anything they could do at this point would kill Dead by Daylight in any way, shape, or form. So why am I making this video? I've been asked this question about 1,000 times on live streams and comments and everything else. I personally, myself, will be covering VHS when it comes out. I was hoping I was going to be one of the lucky few who got to play in the closed beta so I could get my opinions out there on the game a little bit better, but I wasn't. But doing what I do and studying and researching the game and everything else, I think these two games are different enough to succeed on their own and not and compete and make each other do better, but never have the fear of actually killing each other. I just don't think it's possible, at least when it comes to VHS killing Dead by Daylight. Again, the VHS devs are going to have to be on their game to get this game to a point where it can really compete with Dead by Daylight. But I do want you guys to let me know what you think in the comments down below. Are you excited for VHS? I know I am. I don't want this video to come off as me like outwardly just unrealistically defending Dead by Daylight and saying, oh, nothing can kill my favorite game. I think if something came along and got the licenses that Dead by Daylight also has, because they're not exclusive, I do think that there could be a serious problem for Dead by Daylight, especially if they don't improve in a lot of situations. But I still want you guys to let me know what you think. Don't take this as a video of me hating on VHS. I am dying to play that game and see how good it is and see how much I enjoy it. But again, let me know what you guys think. That's going to do it for me, though, dudes. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. My name is Tainted, and I've been your host, and I'll see you dudes next time. Peace out.